of election results to be or not to be. What are the issues around it being mandatory or being voluntary? Again, we have CSOs. Senator ᴏᴜᴜ ᴅᴏᴜ, the Senate president, has said that, look, why are people so much in a hurry to condemn the Senate? Why are they so is not yet concluded? People are just in a hurry, even though electronic transmission of election results real time. A lot of conversations around the Electoral Act amendment itself, around, oh, can we do it? Do we have what it takes to do it? Do we have the facility, the infrastructure? Why are we trying to jump the gun? A lot really that we're going to be talking about this particular issue, because a partial issue that dominated the post-election, actually a constitutional requirement, until the Supreme Court also ruled that there was really nothing mandatory about it. It was just merely a guideline. So, faction of the PDP. The other faction is talking tough and are saying that, look, INEC recognized the Wike faction. Now that it's officially concluded that the party is divided into two, we look at all of the intrigues and ask ourselves the critical question: more crisis ahead for the party, PDP? We look at all of that. So I have Barrister Fuhad Saheed in the studio. Nurudeen Adegbengro is also with me in the studio. Hopefully, maybe just we are barely done. Not so much, but I'm to have Barrister Fuhad in the studio this evening. Good evening, Barrister.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Nurudeen Adegbengro, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening, and good evening to all our listeners.
All right, we're streaming the show live on Facebook and YouTube. So you can join us on those two platforms to drop your submissions real time in Lagos. Who will want to be a part of the show? The Radio Garden app is readily available for them to join the show. They can also be a part of the show this evening. It's interactive. We're going to open up our phone lines to take your calls and contributions later on the show. But let's start this way. Barrister Fuhad Saheed. This was eventually going to happen. We saw the indication towards doing something as big as an out situation of bandits, of criminal elements who seems to have infiltrated parts of KWARA State. But there's this report by Fuhad Saheed that captures it all for me, and that is what the head community
is a Baruba community.
Baruba, so they are not Yorubas.
Yes, same.
Baruba
but
people,
yes, they are a mixture of Yoruba and.
Because I know you can't completely call them a Yoruba.
No,
community.
it's Woro.
I think they also border parts of Niger State.
Yes, right? Now they back the Niger. They are beside the
community. What he has said, because again, this will be able to give proper account. A wife, give a proper account of what happened, and I think that should guide. Look, these guys operated for about 10 hours in the area before security operatives arrived. So one key part of the conversation, they are operated for 10 hours before security operatives arrived, leading to dozens of deaths and destruction of several villages. Sally, who spoke with the media, said the attackers began their operation around 5 p.m. but soldiers only arrived at about 3 a.m. the following day. 5 p.m. in the evening, 3 a.m. in the morning the following day. I called after 5 p.m. This is quoting him now. But they did not come until 3 a.m. That was from 5 p.m. to about 3 a.m. That is about. Also added that there was no air interdiction during the attack. According to him, the community had been left exposed. After soldiers into the leader of the community, there was a soldier. The soldiers were withdrawn because there had been an earlier attack. 15 soldiers there. About 5 months, that was about 5 months ago. In time and do whatever they wanted to do. So again, a long story about the fact that they also wrote letters to the community. And the head of the community said, look, I personally sent this letter to security operatives. I copied the DSS office in KWARA State, informed the government that, look, they had written to us, even though there was no time that they were, but this was a threat that was already imminent, and we did everything to get the security operatives, to get the government to do the needful. Is that we are talking about killings of Nigerians or abduction of Nigerians? From what the leader of this community has said and what he's still saying about how the security operatives and government failed them, how do we solve this problem?
Well, first and foremost, let me start by senselessly murdered and abandoned by the government such a sad commentary on our country. Destruction of homes and property has become a daily affair. I was telling a friend last night that the way things are going, the president will soon set up a permanent high-power delegation to keep visiting places to the governor or the president, because they lost nobody.
And truly,
they lost nobody. I mean, anybody connected to them is not well secured in this country. You also cannot see the president. Cousin of the president or the cousin or the son or the daughter of the governor was there. You know what we'll be witnessing in the country now? High performative mourning, whereby all kind of government officials
will line up.
Will be going to KWARA State to go and mourn with the
issues are around the figure.
In fact,
and you know what has happened so far? The vice president and his so-called powerful delegation who went to
come and meet them. It happened also in Benue.
The same
when the president Iyawata killing,
In fact, and then he said, whether you like it or not, insult me till tomorrow. I'm the president.
At least I've gone to Benue.
We have become so desensitized. We become so unfeeling about death. That okay, why these people were being slaughtered? And the governor was in there. The Minister of State for Defense. A man whose responsibility
is to secure the people.
Is there. That's the kind of country we live in. I'm not saying, and people must not misunderstand this, to say that those who need to rejoice cannot rejoice. You are responsible for shielding and protecting the other person, and you fail. Little they could. They reached out to security agencies.
They got a letter, they transmitted the letter.
They got the letter, they transmitted. But you know what? Their lives don't matter. They are not high-valued people. The only thing they need them for is their votes. And even that vote now, they don't really need to win election.
To get those votes.
Who is the police commissioner in the state?
I have a statement from the PRO.
Who is the what happened? But these questions are not going to be asked, and there will be no answers. It will be swept under the carpet. What happened will be swept on. No country not at war will lose over 200 and something people a night.
A single attack.
And we have just moved on as if nothing happened. You know what the Igbo man says? The Igbo man says that when the corpse of another man is being carried, government officials, people who have sworn to protect lives and property, so much detached from humanity, they don't care. This is what we're witnessing. We are talking now, as we're in this studio talking now, and then let them become our government, and then we know that we have a new government who can protect us if we pay taxes to them. You can't say you're on top of the situation when the situation is perpetually on top of you.
And it's so clear.
Look, I read a book called The Third Pillar, written by an Indian professor. He talked about that. It says that every progressive society stands on three legs: the government, community, the third leg. He said especially in Africa, quality that they need. See the convoy of a governor, deputy governor, the wives of the governors, the wives of speakers, speakers themselves. Look at their convoy, the number of security personnel in their convoy.
Detailed to them.
Go to the market. Go to any bank today. Policemen are there. Where majority of the people live are left unprotected. Because there's no enough security to protect them. And it's from this community that undesirable elements go to trouble to people that we have not succeeded in protecting. We don't even care. At the other, that a battalion should move to that place. The question we want to ask: why was that battalion not moved there before
this attack? 15 of them, about 15 according to him,
but attacked by terrorists.
And you remove the base.
The right response from the government. Why withdraw them? And now movement of a battalion to the place. How can we size? How can it be? I kept saying association. I said it's because no Oregon and the vice president then Dick Cheney, late vice president Dick Cheney to Bush. These were the hardest people on same-sex marriage in America. He changed his position. The same thing for Portman, Senator Portman. They all changed their position. They say, oh, it's a human rights issue. You know, even in a debate, when the vice presidential said that he will use such an issue to dehumanize his daughter in national presidential campaign.
So it does not matter again, really.
It didn't matter anymore because now his daughter has come out and identified as a lesbian. That's exactly what is going on here. I want you to write today's date down. In the unlikely event that the son or the daughter of any governor in this country or the father is killed by any of the terrorists, the forgotten poor, the unuseful citizens, nothing will happen beyond the performative jaunt that you see around. Who failed even in his duty to protect the people.
They are the ones who are being
he's the one receiving the condolence.
In fact,
did you see that road?
I know the place.
By Socrates. In fact, my question was talking about to most of these states.
It's a shame.
It's always a shame.
Yeah.
Remember that one of the reasons why the president said he wasn't going to be able to get, and truly, when very dark man, the guy, you could see that infrastructure in that community was non-existent.
Yes.
So I took my time to was clear that there was no, and so and people have told me that look, you move out of Lagos and you get into some of these other states. Once you remove the capital city,
well, let us even say
that once you remove the capital cities of most of these states,
nothing remains.
There's really nothing. People have even talked about KWARA. I some years back used to frequent Offa, that entire stretch of
Offa. Yeah, you pass through
Erile, you know, all those, you know, this town of Oyinlola, Okuku,
when you through
from Osogbo.
Yeah.
I used to think that with as big as Offa as a community, is one would get there and see restructure. And so when I was looking at the convoy of the governor, I saw that look, this is an abandoned location. Tell us, how does poor infrastructure, because people have talked about it, it makes it difficult for response to happen immediately, apart from the fact that look, we may begin to question why there are deployments and removal of contribute to the widespread insecurity we have in this country in some of these communities.
Let me clear, close to 14 days there. So I know Kayama. And that Waro, I know that place also. See, from Ilorin to Kayama, it isn't supposed to take that long. You have to come out of Ilorin as if you are coming to Lagos. When you get to Eyenkori, you have to take Bode Sadu. Assuming they finish that road, then to get from Ilorin down to Kayama, the 6 hours that the journalists attached to the governor. Yes, now. So that road does not even exist. In fact, I'm sure that the governor had not visited that place until it's first. That one is one. Then two, that because some certain terrorists attack the base,
and then you remove it and then you expose these people.
One, federal government need a lot of questions.
Sobi area.
That's the command. If you are talking about military, just the way we have cantonment here, that is the way Sobi is for the soldiers. What is there moving from Sobi down to Kayama? So that one, they did not give us a very good explanation. Then let's now look at the
land.
Apart from the road that throw Offa on the right side, road was not even completed down to the turning to Ora. So in Kwara State, there are some local government. When you remove the main local government that is in the town of Ilorin, they have been abandoned. The bombing of people, those ones that have been abandoned for long, they have been abandoned for long. Offa is just a local government. Offa is just a local government because they have high placed people and educated people. Their voices are so strong. These are places that anybody that's going to be a governor, apart from the central of Ilorin, these are the places they rely on votes.
They harvest votes from.
Majority of their school is I spoke to somebody in the morning. He said, if you count the number of people in Woro as we speak, that they can up to 50 because there is no typical facility. And you know the funniest thing, the way they do in Kwara State, you know you're supposed to use if they want to open another thing in Ilorin, they will not even. In fact, we need to even praise Saraki because he used that kwasu to open some certain parts of Ilorin, like they have some parts of agriculture. In terms of infrastructure, away from Ilorin, he has not done well at all, and it is not only to him.
But you can't. Well,
it's not only to him because could you believe that they set a place that they want to establish a place where they're going to incorporate some farmers or whatever? They put it in Ora. Ora is under Ifelodu. The reason why the road, although they did not finish it, they did half, and there is no drainage from Ora. From that particular junction down to Ora is a problem we are calling our governors. Many of residents in your state, they are not asking for too much, and these are roads that even I'm telling you which road you know Ije Ododo, it's a road to Kayama. If you have a less car, let's see this hour, and if it is raining, it's another thing. Thank God that the North Central, the raining is not so that much. But one thing there is that Abdulrazak Abdurrahman, the executive governor of Kwara State, in terms of the roads to other local government apart from Ilorin, he has not done well.
By ᴡᴇ we can't, there are poor intelligence gathering, maybe called, the fact that look, maybe there could be moles within our security operatives, a lot of issues. But there are people who have said that look, we also have to pay attention to the fact that look, structured decadence that you have clearly shows that look, they just exist on their own. Those who are in Lagos or maybe in some urban areas, we might not really appreciate some of these things. I saw it real time, barrister, when I served in Taraba State, where I served in a local government called Donga local government. In fact, the vehicles
down to the other side.
Down to the other side. It's a way they use boats and barges to help them move it across. And the only time, for example, that was Governor Jolly Nyame. He started the bridge.
And the one that took over from Jolly Nyame, now Basotè.
And so, because of the nature, I went around Taraba State, went to the farthest part of Taraba. Was it Takum? You have governors in this state. In fact, as at that time, by ᴡᴇ, out of the 16 local governments in Taraba State, only governors have been elected every 4 years. They keep promising them, and that's not just Taraba. That's what you find in most of the states.
Let me tell you, it gives me no pleasure to come here every Sunday to do this. I don't even derive any form of pleasure from it. In fact, I feel pained in terms of the Kaduna, in terms of real performance.
That they are so that good.
But we're comparing them with other
that's what I'm
bigger
saying.
favorites.
In the true sense of it, look at Lagos is a very small state. You can't. Yes, you can't. What the people have done there, we can't do much more with Lagos than we are doing.
Of course, yes.
How many households have got pipe-borne water in Lagos State?
Pipe-borne water.
Go to Ogun State here. Take away the pressure
from the city centers,
and give people better living conditions. Take, for instance, I've always said to people, why does someone he can live in Ibadan
and in 1 hour,
5 a.m. he gets on the train? People do that in London. Walk on their way back again. They read their books. You see them walking and still getting a degree because they have the time
to read
on the train.
And it's convenient,
and
comfortable.
You know what? You find prime ministers, MPs riding on the train,
on the same train like other citizens
to see how comfortable these things are. We heard about President Joe Biden, who was senator from Delaware for over 30 years. Will catch a train in the morning from Delaware. How
they wanted to go, they say there's no police.
Look, our lives are different from the lives of those who are in power.
But doesn't it appear so, barrister?
Yes, that's what it is. It simply says that, look at it. I am beginning to think they are meant to secure only the rich and the powerful alone. Look at the order that the president gave to withdraw policemen from those who are not
from VIPs.
From VIPs. That you go to Lagos under bridge now, Tedola here now. Chances are that you meet over 20 mobile policemen, fully kitted. No safety is also there.
Yes,
doing the same job.
Yes,
doing the same job. You move a little, there are no security men to protect the people. So what does a Nigerian citizen? He doesn't have infrastructure. In fact, he has like a local government on his own. He provides his water. He provides his own security.
Send his children to private schools.
He generates his own light. What is the government doing for the people? And yet you expect these same people to be patriotic. After the damage had been done, you react. And then you want people to pray.
You are talking down on the country, and so you are not patriotic.
Let them show me their patriotism.
That's what they say.
And I will show them that some of them didn't even believe in the backseat to no one when it comes to patriotism in this country.
And I say, look, how do you talk about patriotism when you are just a sycophant?
In fact,
the governor in KWARA is a complete failure.
In fact, could you believe that it was written? It was not the letter that they are going to come and attack them. That is not the letter.
Yes.
What happened was that the Lakurawas,
the group
of religion. In fact, they are those people that follow the ideology of Wahhabiyya. And with Toworo and some other adjoining communities that
they want to come and preach.
Immediately they saw them, and these people, they knew them. Then I said, well, I have to send it to the traditional council. They send the replica to DSS and other places that look it's like these people want to foment to people. It's just like the normal evangelism. And what they are telling people is totally different with somebody that is not a Muslim, down to the Emir of Kayama. The villagers, they are sending them away. We don't need you. We are living in peace.
Don't come and bring this.
Don't come and bring all this kind of doctrine here. That was when they have to. After that period, that practicing Muslim. It is a high time that government needs to put in eyes on their activities. It is very, very important, because the way somebody that happens to be the DPO, Oyeko, they highlighted 17 mosques that they are going to attack. What is our offense? They said those mosques, they didn't follow their own ideology. They saw them, and one thing that I saw is that when they tied them to court by Sakotis, could you believe that they gave them bill? They return all those things they want to come and use to attack. They return it to them. It is the ISS should look into this particular matter, because one thing there is, anything that is nearing KWARA is coming. It's coming so that soon, and that is one is important.
To add to what Nurudeen is saying by Sakotis Adigwe, I'm also a Muslim, and the way these things start, it starts by having people indoctrinate people into this extreme toxic type of preaching. So they sit with people, they go into mosques about some of these extreme views. So when they come into communities,
our lucky, lucky was indoctrinated.
The man from, I think from from Yemen, from Yemen, yes.
Our lucky,
So you're meant to some of these people who are preaching these things.
This is because, listen, how did Boko Haram start? We lived in this country. We know how Boko Haram started. It started as an ugly ideology that says Western education is forbidden. And then they started as a small group that were being used for politics in Borno State. Not until Yar'Adua came and saw the danger and ordered an attack on them. Unfortunately, instead of arresting to the police, don't forget that their ideology metastasized. Like a group manifest from nowhere. They had camps that they were building. They had support of some top government functionaries.
Financial support.
They were using them for elections and all of that. And they began to invite other terrorist organizations.
Barrister, did you see
the same way kidnapping?
Again, without, this is not to say, well, people have their money, they can celebrate the way they want to celebrate. Governor Bello, former governor.
Yes.
Nobody state.
It's his church during yes.
It was he said that started Sharia.
Yes.
You know Sharia. Beer. You cannot expose your body. But Barrister, did you see the wedding videos?
I saw them
in Abuja.
I saw them.
Did you see the children?
I saw them
of the rich people.
Did you listen to the music?
The music they were listening to.
Yes, now.
Did you see the dances? Did you see the way they dress?
They are doing bashif.
Where is his bar in this party?
His bar is
for the poor.
Some of these rules that we have. Okay, whose hand was cut?
I saw somebody. If you
cut.
can cut the hand of a poor man for stealing chicken
how
money,
much?
what are the people who beton?
Yes, now.
The person wey put owó fila, put dollar for fila.
Fila.
They should cut his head now.
Most of those guys.
So the rules are for the poor.
Most of the bottles of beer and alcohol, they are drinking them.
By Sakotis.
His back can go there.
By Sakotis.
His back will not
There is a
need
place.
No.
There is a place we
His
call
back can go there.
SOS in Kano. It is stone thrown to governor's house. The drink, the foreign drink that you've never seen, you will see it there, and they know the place.
So
they
they
have
must-
never attacked SOS ground.
You know, leaders have done is to weaponize religion and ethnicity,
Yeah.
I'm add poverty to it.
and then blind the people to their own realities. And
I said I saw the wedding and said,
no matter what the issues, no
Abasa
matter what the issue, keeps failing and cannot deliver the goods, and his own people are suffering. But because he's one of them,
It is high time that Nigerians should also think, especially the poor people. See, not the poor people. In fact, they will not go on the road so that they will not be kidnapped. They will fly. The wealthy people. So it is a high time.
governors are building airports in states where roads are not
fact, do
existing.
you know that governor's office of KWARA State, they are still working? You've never seen a governor's office to do what? What is it? What is
How
it?
they go
What is the
to get to the
IGR?
point
What is the
of building an
IGR
airport,
of?
you
Even
know?
when you go to if you go to KWARA State, even in Ilorin, how many flights? I know the normal flight that goes.
By Sakotis. As at the time I served in Taraba State, where I said there was practically no road. I look, it's safe to say that as at that time, I don't know whether anything has changed, but as at that time, we just no road existed. Apart from maybe Jalingo and so maybe one or two local governments. So look, infrastructure
Nothing.
problem everywhere.
go to Bayelsa, the same thing you
But
find.
at that time, Reverend Jolly Yame, the governor,
Was
trying to build an airport. As at that time.
So why are you surprised about that? I have told you that government and governance in this country is about the super rich, the political powerful elites. It's about their convenience alone. Because you see, how many poor people can afford to fly around the country? They can't.
Fuad, let me add this one.
So
In Kayama, if people have
Doubt if they will have anything solid.
what
for
is there
healthcare.
is primary health center.
Of course, yes.
There
Zero.
are no
No
roads,
security, nothing.
the schools are non-existent. How can someone be that wicked and be that evil? I mean, and you either go to the families, you see how you take care of your families. There are this country where the money that the governor spend on his family alone in a year
Yes.
is more than what he spends on the entire
Yes. And another thing again is that you see Igbomina. So I don't want to know because I've gone through all those local governments. There was a time that we have to talk. There is still a norm in Kayama as I speak. Senior wives at home, they are the one that will
just
make
deliver and just use local way of helping the people.
And pray for the what do you think is going to happen?
When their own wives are, listen, let's tell ourselves the truth. I think that Africa, and particularly Nigeria, harbors the most wicked set of public officials.
In fact, it's like they gather.
Let's tell ourselves the
this
truth.
place is the headquarter of weak.
You know, a lot of the so-called hospitals that they even built at that time in Taraba State, the only time they have medical doctors is when NYC send core members.
Yes,
there.
now
By
so that one is
What-
obvious
look,
now.
what are you saying?
That one
even
is
teachers.
obvious.
So
Can I tell you something? Do you recall that there was a time in this country that the federal government, under the military, had a policy of importing doctors from India and other places and staffing another, all promising to improve condition of things? Things have gotten worse. This is the same country that we had free education.
and free and
Qualitative
qualitative, not just
education.
free.
Listen, Nigerian universities were competing with other universities. We had countries in Africa and other parts of the world sending their students here to come
and study here.
Have you forgotten that this is the same country that people had to go to the University of Justice?
I don't know whether he's listening to me today. A professor of medicine or anything. That look, you are not even what comes to your mind is how you want to return home.
Look,
That you are not thinking of staying there.
I was having an interview last week. He said that most of the people that benefited from this country is the dividend of democracy for the people. These are empty walls.
They keep coming every year.
I used to go to the from the school to the cafeteria near the hostel where he lives. It's on display. Today, even in the private schools, roads, look at the Lagos Ibadan Express. It's now going to be closed for
Lagos Ibadan.
It has become a deity. It has become a
that
deity.
they will call you part of the road again.
Look at electricity. After spending over 7 trillion, the government told us are back on stream working. The group managing director of NNPC said, we are tired of the deceit.
That we have the money, but we can't even make it work.
You remember that somebody abused us here on that particular. We can't continue like
we cannot even make it work.
And when they went back to Chiyoda of Japan years ago under Obasanjo, Chiyoda told them, give us half of the money you are proposing to turn around.
Turn it around.
We will build you
from the scratch.
From the scratch, a newer refinery. Who didn't know anything about
the refinery.
And the money goes.
Government after government, the lot of the people keeps everything but extremely vocal because they have the resources. They go out there.
Political appointments, hope that they also join the team, who are very sycophantic about the government. Are you really annoyed about them like those?
I'm not annoyed about those people. I have sympathy for them.
No, if you are benefiting, I look at them and say, well,
I'm saying the guy those who don't even have anything.
But who just come and
those who call.
I thought as if our head is not correct.
Those who call all radio stations in Lagos to ask for one help or the other. What I have for them is sympathy, and I'll tell you why. Find out from him is your friend. Has he traveled to anywhere in the world?
He said no.
I said, how does he know the difference?
He has never
traveled from here. I had a friend. I have a friend.
But he watches the documentary now.
No,
you can go that be.
I have a. He called me. He called me from Ghana. I said, now I know how wicked our leaders are. I said, how? He said, look at where I'm. He said, we could walk around in the night.
Barrister,
without fear
of anybody
molesting us.
Two of our female presenters.
I said Ghana. I said yes.
Barrister, 2 of our female sports presenters here just
went to Morocco
to cover AFCON. And so when they came and was having a talk with them, it was just lamentation. They are so annoyed. So and I'm like, no, they said no, that no, they've always knew that it was known that there's a problem in the country, but now. So again, I think we just have to move to some of the political issues. Let's hope that
this is just lamentation. Look, and they are not going to take any step to prevent another.
I said, look, by our training, Nurudeen, by our training, those statements that Bayo Onanuga used to release every time something happens, I can do it in 2 minutes.
Yes, using they will just edit number,
edit. So
because it's the same president that will condolence.
So how do we continue? I think it was a Punch or the Vanguard.
Abubakar Saidu.
That they are evil. They hurt a community where the people have not done anything to offend you.
Nurudeen is an alpha. I'm not. Why? At least there are several parts.
There is one of the hadiths of Prophet Muhammad.
It's protected by you.
You don't need to be. You know the honest thing.
Even they
are Christians and they are clerics. When is the time for them to worship? He has worship inside the mosque.
So the point I'm trying to make,
very terrible human being,
is that it takes a man who has no religious idea.
Does not mean
it's your enemy. Now, if your angst is against the government, people who cannot fight you, and they have done nothing to you, you must be extremely evil. You must be soulless, and the hottest part of her is reserved for you.
Well, it's still Political Roundtable, Mainland 98.3 FM. Again, all issues, no matter how important, whether it's Wike fighting for Barra, becomes more important.
Yes.
Than the security of lives and property of people. I reiterate it here again. That look, no matter whatever they are throwing out as their achievement today, that they've done.
This issue of insecurity,
they're going to put that in reality.
But Daniel Boala told you.
Yes.
He has saved more lives than any government.
He has saved more lives.
That's what he said.
From who? Sorry, sir.
I don't know.
From Daniel Boala. No,
Daniel Boala said so.
No, let's not bother. Maybe it's Daniel Boala.
If Daniel Boala,
if it is Daniel Boala, no people that we knew what they were before, what they are today.
So what did they want to say now that we take serious?
That guy must be appointed as ambassador,
and he must be posted though.
Reno Mokri. Because I think for me, the one that has dominated, prior to the 2023 elections, Nigerians were so happy about.
And INEC also was promising us.
And if one thing he kept talking about, and I'm sure a lot of Nigerians did not even
INEC to make rules and
regulations. You can do whatever you like. Talk about the need for us to already do it, but eventually it talks about it being mandatory. Because again, I think the harmonization Senate at 98.3 FM, we are the sound of Lagos. Let's listen to this.
But I don't think citizens are free to abuse or CSO. He was on television the other day. He was abusing the current Nigerian Senate that he makes money from. And he said that the Senate is the worst since the world was founded. And he judged amendment that is incompleted. We have not completed it, but they are already on television in the Senate. It's not right to rise up and say on clause 3, disagree about what the Senate has done. Once you decide, nobody will question and they will understand. But in our own case, we have so many processes, you know, from moving the to this, and even in votes and proceedings that are yet to be approved when they serve it. But in this case, lawmaking, and go and join them. Not, but I leave them to our expression, our lawmaking will reflect the feelings of the generality of Nigeria, because, and then go and then ask them for account. It's a part of considering retreat, don't run into trouble. We're all in this book, not as a propaganda machinery.
Very painful that a Senate president will descend this low to want to, you know, make any sense to me.
When you thought you have seen the lowest,
in reality, of amended, is that what we are saying? Actually,
state it here clearly, without any fear of contradiction, that God's will, this has something to do with process. Is not rocket science.
It's not.
Because the way he's saying it,
told us until they smuggled the tax law.
We are still on it. We are not finished.
What was passed by the National Assembly
that they eventually now altered
was not what gazetted.
That was how they said they were working on it.
This is the same president of the Senate that Senator Ndume accused on the floor of the Senate that he tempered with the NDDC Act.
Yes.
Executive director. And to prove him right, Wike said, so he thinks with people like story, real time online. These guys are not burglars. Will not be the one pushing for the installation of CCTV. The question is, if they are so confident of their chances, if they are so bullish about fair conduct of our elections, why don't you encourage the transmission? So what INEC
to transmit and this takes
beginning
from
that point,
something just happens.
They are identify these things. If not, we have always had is in moving the results, presenting the results. The INEC chairman is saying these figures don't tally.
Go and change it.
Prof, please go back. Work with your team.
Professor.
What are they going to be doing?
Work with your team. If these results are what came out of the polling booths, why do you have variations? Why do you have differences? Why does the state electoral commissioner or returning officer
not able to tally
why
figures?
Does he have to go back and then look at the figure again?
Look for figures that are not
why do we have all the mutilation? And this is why people say,
have you seen result sheets before? The result sheets.
If you see the way some certain
empower with this provision on real-time transmission of results and get away with it, they have something coming.
Making some progress with our elections. It's not completely bad because so we have a situation where once you are credit 200 in a polling unit, the votes cannot come because what you can have is a reduction in number. It cannot. Before, what they do is to just stuff ballot boxes.
Accredited voters.
Yes.
Resist
binding.
Except you are the one in the system.
Yes.
So what it means is that, look, apart from the court to also consider, now journalists are saying. So if you say real time compulsory, that you're not going to put out
anywhere.
I say Starlink is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
My brother, you can
anywhere in the world.
And every night.
Yes, now.
Especially if you have account with banks like GTB, Access and all of that. No, apart from that, let's work with data.
Yes. How many areas?
How many communities is there no internet penetration, that installation of
at least for that electoral process, for that community?
Where your advantage. If you cannot live, who is? And my question is, who is afraid of a free and fair election?
And one thing there is that you see the journalists that said, "Hey, you want to put."
No, he was mentioning some communities that in this place.
If it's a piece of paper, those things.
And that internet,
Yeah.
I don't think can form 10% of
10%.
the area commitment to doing
Yes,
it.
now.
Again, because of time, by ᴛᴏᴅᴜ Saheed, I just want us to discuss it in 5 minutes. Meeting with political parties,
state congresses,
state
and local
congresses.
government congress.
Had a situation where INEC can say, you know what, the PDP basis. And for people who have argued that there's a court decision in on what basis by ᴛᴏᴅᴜ Saheed is INEC recognized?
And so it means that those who were elected as a result of that convention cannot be recognized by INEC.
Yes.
So exclusively Wike's faction of the party?
No, that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't.
Because it was a
Even
divided
on the
out.
side of INEC.
Yes.
As of today, I check it this morning. Damagu and Ayahu.
that INEC, before the current INEC,
Yes.
from those in government,
Do this.
hand over, and
Fine, before we open the phone line, that look, just about 2 years ago, I said that look, my mind tells me this ridiculous manner that it appears they want to do now, the apes by INEC. Whoever that faction presents as presidential candidates, what do you make of that?
No, that one will campaign for APC.
AP. So you have a
1 week to the election and say I'm withdrawing from.
you all step down.
That is a professor of law, and the CV.
Professor of law, no.
Yes, now the CV is so rich. Particular job. One thing there is that I think he needs to follow the rules. He needs to follow the law
Now, I want to know-
until they settle their cases in law. Only if the INEC today.
Hello, if you are talking about this INEC and whatever.
Anybody can set up a radio station, right?
But he said it that, I heard it on social media that it is true.
Wish him all the best with his radio station.
Ambrose,
No, I'm talking. Let me. I have two things to talk about. The issue of Kayama and this Kayama issue. You see, Barrister Curtis made a statement. The weapons of these terrorists are more sophisticated. I don't agree, because if it is true, the convoy of Tinubu, who is not about us, they only care about themselves. Then for this INEC something 2 a.m. we will announce the result, because this thing that you people are talking about. Do you know when you send SMS, it can hang in the air? I want to say it this way, President Tinubu. I believe you have 30 governors. I believe you have election. That's all we are demanding, transparent and credible.
All right, thank you.
When you do...
Yes.
Saheed Fuad of a coffee.
Good evening.
On the issue of Kayama, but Nurudeen has gone extensively with the ᴡᴏɪᴜ and KWARA.
Without him.
But Nurudeen has gone extensively with it. I'm telling you, no one single army barrack, no police barrack. The past governor, Papa Ahmed, constructed a bridge in that town. That bridge did not complete that road.
He's after
That
something
is-
that he came.
He did not complete that bridge up now. 7 years now. This
Okay.
present governor did not what he scraped those roads and
And
Yes, that is what they are doing.
and that's collecting our money.
It's unfortunate. Thank you, Mr. Kende. We have to take on that. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Fuad. Good evening,
Yes, good
everyone.
evening. Good evening.
We are talking about
Your name, sir?
Comrade Collins from Pᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄᴅᴜ.
You are welcome.
Fuad, electoral malpractices brought so many of them into power today. And Nigerians are expecting them to change what brought them to power. It's not possible now. They won't dare try, because they won't. If election is conducted free and fair election 2027, in Nigeria, the only solution, because President Tinubu and Akpabio, they have decided that they are not ready for free and fair election.
They say they have not concluded the thing. We are still waiting. Let them conclude.
They won't do anything. What I am begging Nigerians for, let us beg Atiku and Obi to be in one ticket. With those two people, we don't need.
Okay, let them come and pay for campaign.
We are open. The land is open for business.
Atiku and Obi. They should come and
That's
pay for
right.
it. Hello, good evening.
We are open.
Yeah, Barrister, good evening. You don't feel happy, you don't feel motivated, talking about some of all these or analyzing these problems you're having every day. See, the same way I feel, if I don't know, but I know a lot of people will notice. I don't call every time because it's almost as if we're talking about the same thing. See, if majority of the contestants are almost addressing the same problem. And the reason why I was asking last week that where do we go from here? How do we address this problem? No one cannot be coming to analyze this thing. We all know. If you go to the police station today and
I think all over the world, changes come from the public complaining and addressing these issues. Really listen to some of these things and trying to implement the changes. But ours feel that they know it all, and their supporters feel that
you have your say,
because your candidate did not win election.
But it's if it's about providing
Solutions here, but how do we get
rest of us
ruling us?
Rule the rest of us, not the worst of us. Ruling the rest of us. Yeah, believe me. Yes.
At the ward under Otupu local government, there is 2 villages that are far away from Ogobia, where very dark man made comment from. Now those 2 villages are no longer exist because of flood. They are the palate is your father compound that you are is never to the western part here. What of other people that are killed or castless that are not even
we've been talking about it in the studio here.
So let me talk. Agatu local government. The reason why the crisis of Agatu and also no development, no presence of government within that area. And I express development in the Sobo capital anytime I visit capital. But the whole entire Idoma land, apart from the Otupo even development. But if you are beginning to go to a park, that is what I'm trying. This is where the plan always come from to come and attack us.
So the fact that we can't come here every Sunday and mention all the communities that have been attacked.
So we can't.
There are those that are just.
God bless you for all of you. Because Chief Nigeria, my culture, the senators, they must do the maybe South Nigeria. The bottility. The bot is this. Nigeria police, I always say, majority of Nigeria police are there. They will be planning their own, how to read. And that's Nigeria problem. That's for the security. What we need to do is, let us, the bill maybe is the National Assembly that or not.
Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay. You caught Prince Y.S. call too. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. On that one.
How you doing?
I'm great now. Thank you.
Malam Salah, right? Oh, please try and call us back.
Yes.
We'll greet you too.
Thank you. If you look at the geographical structure of confidence these people have, and if you see the way they went there around 5 o'clock, they do the serious massacre. Up to the extent that the 2 children, the graduating student of the upper of that place was killed in the front of the house. It's so disheartening by world surveillance, and they are so concerned. You see, look, it's not question of our security people retarding them, repelling them. We are concerned about elimination. These people, they are within the soil of this country. Look, I don't know, Mr. Farr, maybe you can enlighten me. What is the position of the collaboration with Nigerian military and the America? What is the position? Because we cannot be, we're living in fear.
Yes, good evening.
It is because this never utter the statement. This so condemning. What I want to say, what people need is close market.
Good evening.
Good evening, Fuhad. Baris Sulu Agudi so dictate this up till now. Bring their guns for servants to say free APC card and start supporting APC. Simple and period. Thank you very much.
They will not do that. Hello, good evening. And I don't think that's a solution too. Hello, good evening.
My concern is about for us to have a transmitted election result. That means we are seeing in the dark. So you don't expect anything from where there is nothing. I actually understand.
Yes. All right.
This is my problem. Because if technicians are not, your comment, no.
All right.
So I believe they should make it.
All right. Thank you. Hello. You're welcome.
I just learned somewhere this evening that the Senate has summoned for an emergency meeting this Tuesday.
For Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I want to ask you people a question. You see, in 2023, this electoral law we are talking about, that is the electronic transfer, not as immediate transferred, but the one of presidential election was not. But what if Nigerians, maybe the way they are talking now, then that's okay, let it be. And there's no problem to the IRF. But the National Assembly, the reverse will be the case.
No. Everything will now be transmitted.
That it will be more chaotic. Now, what I'm saying this is that this and making sure that they get to the grassroots. They are just like the lazy man who complains of his walking shoes.
That's in comments now. How does us advocating for real-time transmission of results means now?
For
if we want to advocate for good governance, let's jointly talk about good governance, not to begin to talk about.
Somebody that said it is that mandatory that they want them to. I want them to put there. Everybody is using TikTok. And when they want to transfer money, push in Calabar, money will reach there. So for our beaver, just like the terminal or like transfer data, it's the same thing. Why should people from a song in America? They will put Makawea and all.
Go past now with people. Hello, good evening.
Chameleonic kind of appearance.
The message.
Kola calling from Nicola.
Yes, you're
no excuse for Nigerians to achieve. I'm an engineer. I'm an IT expert. We can have that network. We can even use because the data that we are sending by each polling unit. How many polls are at 7 o'clock? No. So if we finish some election by 10 and they will send their own by 10. So it's not that there will be traffic jam server and writing exam simultaneously the same hour and submitting almost the same day without going off. So, but if they want to do it, they will do it. But they know that if they do this, that's the end of the road for them.
Right.
That's why they don't want to do it. And we must demand by force. By force, they must do this thing.
Let's take the last call and then we'll read the messages on Facebook. And we'll call it a day on the show. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Fuhad.
Yes, good evening.
It's a man from Alaba.
Yes.
Have a big eye before we understand the law-making process. You see, whenever they want to scatter things, they be coming with a law who is not actually happy with fair election. It's our leaders. That that's assembly, they are the one behind all these things. What's so special there?
All right. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, my take this evening is about KWARA. What happened in KWARA?
Yes.
Because we don't have the governors in the southwest to team up with the KWARA state governor. So at least if they have a kind of internal security such as over there. The people will think twice because you can, like what is that way? So anything that happens in KWARA
is already
that place. Nurudeen, am I communicating?
Yes.
That place is linked to Imeko. It's linked to Benin Republic.
Right.
You can
I think we just have to read the messages so that we can be fair to people on Facebook. Well, Sunday or so people have enough time to react. They'll keep us docile until the time is up, and they will tell you there's no time to make any amendment. The INEC is already crying that the time for them to do things is too short. They don't want the people to rise against them. Benjamin Issa is saying, good morning all in the studio. The issue of killing Nigeria is what I find difficult to understand. You see our security agencies in places where they are not really needed. GCFR saying, good evening. Don't expect the families or kids of the governors to be killed or kidnapped. They are not in the country. Our legislators are simply dinosaurs. I doubt if 10 of them can operate a computer. They are claiming that there's no infrastructure for online. After talking and blaming whosoever, she's saying, good evening everyone in the studio. Well done. Henry Aika is saying the terrorist killings in KWARA state of evil. Fred A. Isuwa is saying insecurity, a Makinde Faction of PDP based on he who pays the piper. Father ᴅᴏᴜᴜᴜ is saying hello to us. Architect Dayadebayo, I've seen your message. He's saying good evening crew. For the insecurity in the land, this government does not. Busayomi OBJ saying God bless you, sirs. Babalola Williams saying agreed. The honorable men in the studio. Henry Aika, I've seen your message again, and I think
good evening Lagos. Good evening.
Okay. I think that one
is either for Lonsha Lakija or NOI, but we've gotten the feelers of the combat of the house at some point. So the balance was not really there because people tell you don't use that conversation. Is anybody, but for the men, it's not so much of an issue.
So are you saying when women get too successful, it becomes a problem in a marriage?
We've seen it. We've seen it.
How many have you seen?
What about men?
What about men? So we can go.
I think the problem